to Skinterviews. I'm one of your two hosts. My name is George Scandalis, and my co-host is
Nathan Strom.
Hey, Nathan Strom. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm excited about tonight.
Tell me a little bit about the eye still. It's still there. We're episodes later. What's happening, man?
Well, it's just one of those things that just won't go away.
Are you going to lose the eye? Are you going to be a Skinterviews pirate?
I might be. No, well, you don't know.
If you are, I'll get you a little eye patch with our logo on it.
It'd be good for branding at least, wouldn't it? We'd get some sympathy votes.
People will watch the show because they feel sorry for you, right?
Exactly.
Knock on wood, man. I shouldn't say that kind of stuff. Next thing you know, I'm going to lose an eye. We're going to have to change which side of the screen we're on, so at least we match. I do that for you, buddy. I do that for you.
Love right back at you.
We are going to have a very beautiful woman on the show today.
Very.
And you know, I always feel like a little bit of a sexist pig, or when I say that a woman is beautiful. I want you to appreciate how beautiful she is, but beyond how beautiful she is, she's intelligent, she's successful, she's a star player in our industry, she's from Quebec, and I want y'all to welcome the incredibly talented, successful, and gorgeous Sacha Bourdage. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm great. How are you?
We're great.
Yeah.
How? I'm just like,
Great to see you. So happy about this. Thank you for having me on your show.
Of course. It's our pleasure having you here.
We're so happy, and I'm going to admit for the first time, I have a little bit of a celebrity crush on you. I have for a long time.
Great. You say that kind of stuff, now your wife's going to punch the other eye.
I know, but you know, ever since I saw the marketing brochures, I was like, Vanessa, wow, who is that?
Oh boy. Yes. Okay. You brought it up.
Are we going to talk about it right at the beginning of the show?
I think we should just get it out because
So for our viewers that don't know, Nathan and I work on our other job. We work for a company called Vivier Pharmaceuticals. We are fans of their skincare product for obvious reasons, not just because we work there, but because they work. But if you ever pick up one of our marketing brochures, there is a beautiful woman on the cover. There she is, coming up from the screen. Look at her. Ah! And that is you.
Yeah, it's me.
I remember the first time the marketing came out, we were at a PR party and there's a massive screen in the room. I may even have a picture to send you once we're done the interview. And you're up there just like that, you know, kind of like this. I feel like sometimes I look like you if I use the skincare. The soft light's coming through and I'm like, guys, who is that? She's gorgeous. And they're like, oh, she's actually a customer of ours. This is a real life user. And I was like, I want to meet her. Fast forward. You're on Skinterviews. Look at that.
I feel so blessed.
You. So what?
We're blessed. We're the ones who are blessed.
It was a great opportunity. Actually, the first time I ended up following you on Instagram, and I saw my face right behind you, and I'm right behind you. Remember that?
Yeah. So you've seen the picture. You know exactly what I was talking about.
I'm right behind you. Yes. Yeah. So it was an amazing opportunity, and they were looking for someone within the industry, if I recall well, that used the products, which I had been for so many years and still am, and who was 40 years old. So that was me. So it worked out.
40 years old?
I'm 43. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, if that isn't a plug for Vivier right there. I don't know what is. You better fill that shopping cart, ladies and gentlemen.
You know it. Great skincare. It's everything. You need it. You need great skincare. Protection of the skin. Those serums, they're to die for. I mean, it's been so many years. I practice what I preach. That's for sure.
Well, we're going to get at the end of the interview. We always ask about your skincare regime. So Nathan's going to get to that at the very end. But I want to go right to the beginning.
All right.
I want to go when you had zero skin problems. You enter this world, you take your first breath, you have a little cry, your skin is still radiant, you're still beautiful, a little puffy from delivery, and your parents say, I'm going to name this beautiful baby. What's your full name?
My full name is Sacha Catherine Bourdage.
And were you named after somebody specific?
My mother, funny, it's a Russian name, Sasha. There's no Russian family in the background, but I believe it came from a dancer or a nun. Yeah, she was raised for a good part of her life with nuns. So it was one of the others. I can't recall, but something like that.
So you're either a dancer or a nun.
Mm-hmm. Maybe both.
I love it. I'll take it. I won't even ask what type of dancer, but I'm hoping it's one of the extremes from the nun, because that's a really good juxtaposition. Okay. Do you have siblings?
I do. I have a brother, and he's 2 years younger than I, my little brother. Mm-hmm. And he lives in Germany right now. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
And you've got a family of your own. Let's pull up some photos of her beautiful family here. Let's take a look at your family. Mm-hmm. Family of 4. Wow.
Yeah. My husband, Enzo, my eldest child, Milan, and my youngest, Cruz. Yeah.
Beautiful family. Tell us about these pictures that we're seeing here. Where are they taken?
The bottom one with my husband and I, that was in Vegas. It was New Year's party for Vegas. Another one was a birthday party. Yeah. And the family one at the top was in Mont Tremblant for ski day. I absolutely love skiing. The other one is in my hometown of Vaudreuil. Little biking, and then family Christmas photo. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Congratulations on your beautiful family.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about you growing up and your school years.
Oh, growing up, you're not going to get a big story here. I'm not a troublemaker. Growing up, I love sports. We moved around every couple of years. So I attended a couple elementary schools. So I had great teachers. I learned English when I was, I think I was 6 or 7 years old. We moved to Ottawa and attended an elementary school there. Like I said, fantastic teachers, great friends, a lot to do in the Ottawa region. So I really loved my growing up years there, and good things for family units. So the Rideau Canal and the museums. I mean, it was just great fun. So a lot of activities, good times. And then came back to Montreal. So this is where I did my high school years. Yeah.
It's my hometown as well, Ottawa.
You too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, was there anyone that you looked up to growing up, or any heroes?
Not really. I maybe I should have. I would say, like, it sounds so cliche, but it was really my parents. We're a very close-knit family, great, strong bond, and they're always very open and honest. I mean, at the time where parents probably didn't talk about certain things, they talked about everything with us, and it was just, I would say my parents, I looked up to them for a lot, and still do, for guidance, and they have just such great values and experience in life. I mean, great role models. So awesome. What was that for me? Yeah.
And medical aesthetics, tell me, was that always in the plans, or what was in the plans when you were younger?
I dreamed of different things, being a nurse.
Yeah. I
didn't have the math. I couldn't get in. It was like, what? Then I wanted to be a police officer. And finally, I just went into regular CJEPS courses, and then fell into the trade of aesthetics. And I actually thought I would just take it for fun. And I actually really liked it. And I wasn't as passionate with it until a little bit later on, once I was able to apply my skill set and grow. But I was really young when I started, right? So I was 19. So, and then you learn, and with time, with facials and manicures and growing within that industry, one day there was this opportunity where a plastic surgeon asked if I could join his team. And I used to send him a lot of my clients for their surgeries. And I thought, what the heck am I going to do there? It's surgery. I mean, no. So I turned it down twice, not really understanding what he was really offering as a job. And he said, just come for the day. And then you can tell me no. Okay.
Awesome.
I went, never looked back.
That's amazing. We're going to get into the business side of things later on in the interview, but I want to stay towards high school. Let's talk about prom. I always love knowing what people's prom dresses look like. I'm cheesy that way. Do you remember prom?
I do remember prom. Come on, it was a great time. It was dancing. It was the end of an era. It was like a big moment.
Tell me about your prom dress. What did it look like?
It was black, and of course it was black, and I think it had a sweetheart neckline. It had glitter on the straps for sure, little glitter. My gosh, probably ballerina style above the knee, high heels. I really felt like a lady, you know. It was really nice. I'm not one to dress up, so it's more of a tomboy a little bit. So a lot into the sports and a little bit more laid back. So getting all dressed up, it's definitely something that stands out. So it's pretty funny you're asking me that.
Did you have a celebrity crush growing up? Maybe an athlete, an actor, a singer?
New Kids on the Block when I was 13. Yeah, Jordan Knight.
Did you have the poster up on the wall?
No, I wasn't allowed to put anything up on my
wall. You come from a generation like me where there were posters on the wall, right?
No, though, I did have, I wasn't allowed to put anything on the wall, but I had a mini walk-in closet, and I was allowed to draw all over it. So, right? So anytime my friends would come in, they would get to write whatever they wanted on my wall and draw. So that was probably the cool thing in my room, but no posters.
Cool. Did you go to one of the recent New Kids on the Block's comeback tours?
No, I wish. That would have been great. That would have been great. Yeah.
What's your favorite New Kids on the Block song? Do you remember any?
Oh my God. Would you like to sing one? Just to refresh my memory?
What did they have? What's the one with the steps?
Was it Hanging Tough?
Oh, I don't remember Hanging Tough. I know the other one was it Step by Step?
Step by Step. Yeah.
How does it go?
How does it go? Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to get me this.
Step by step. Oh, baby. I got you to sing a little bit there. Gonna get to you, girl. You gotta do the plate spin.
Oh my God, I love it.
No.
So now that you've been at home a lot more with the kids, one of the interesting questions I always ask parents is, tell us the last lie you told your children.
Oh, there's a lot of them. No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone says
that. Not too loud. They're in the house, but one, for some reason, still believes in Santa. So I would say that was one of the biggest lies. And recently, maybe that it's not too late for wine. Wine. What are you talking about? Okay.
Yeah, it's not coffee, kid.
Yeah. It could be it.
So I'm going to let Nathan take it from here. And because it's about dinner now. Now I want you to think COVID's ending. You're going to set up the house, little candlelight. You're going to put your best hair forward, nice red lip. You're going to put your great outfit on.
Okay.
Nathan.
And who are the 3 people you're inviting to dinner? You can choose anyone dead or alive. And just to add to that, are you cooking or are you catering?
You don't want me cooking, that's for sure. Then what I will have are a bunch of firemen over for dinner. Wow, you know what? I think I would have my grandparents. You know, they were around for such a short time and they had pretty crazy history. So I would definitely have probably some great-great-grandparents or grandparents around. Yeah.
Awesome.
There's some really great history in there. So yeah, it'd be fun to ask all those crazy questions.
So when Sacha is not working hard, or you're not modeling or doing the things that you do on a daily basis, what do you like to do to wind down, relax, or maybe when the husband takes the kids out for a few hours, what do you like to do just to chill out?
There's definitely like Netflix and all of that, but there is something that I do that only my guests know that I do this. And so I take the time when I'm alone, or sometimes while I'm watching Netflix. So I started this little tradition. Whenever there's someone that comes over for dinner, so if you were to come over for dinner, you can arrange this, you would sign the tablecloth. So the tablecloth is white linen. Wow. Wherever you sit, take a pen and you sign it. And then I stitch in your name. So it is forever on my tablecloth. So the next time you come around, you will see your name and everyone else's name. So people really look forward to that. And it's 16 years that I'm in this house and doing exactly that since I got married. And so everyone lifts a plate in the glass. And so, yeah, there's.
So who's the most famous person that's signed your table then?
Famous?
Yeah, do you have like any hockey players or actors or?
I think you think my life is more exciting. I'm so sorry to disappoint you. Oh my God. I don't.
How many signatures? How many signatures do you think you have in 16 years?
I would say close to 200. I mean, I don't really.
That's an amazing idea.
It's full. It's full. Yeah. Yeah. It's really.
I love that idea. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really nice. So you can have someone who was 3 years old who signed it, and next thing you know, 10, 15 years go by, and it's really cool to look back at that signature. So that's one of the little hobbies. And apart from that, I love to bake. Love to bake. It's kind of a problem these days. Thank goodness for our industry.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Gosh, I love to bake. And yeah, I would say those are some of the things that I will do when I'm on my own, or clean something. I'm a mother after all. It's only so much time you have, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Oh, that's easy. Been doing the same thing forever. Wake up, wash my face, put on all those steps of the skincare, finishing with sunscreen every time. And then I put on my face, my hair, and I'll go wake up the kids, breakfast. It's like this.
It's time to go.
Yeah, that's right. Every day. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I really want you to tell the viewers about your time in the industry and the path that you followed, because your path in this industry, I think, has been around 24 years, hasn't it?
Has.
And you have a really interesting story to tell. So can you kind of summarize where you started to where you have got to now?
Okay.
And yeah, maybe summarize it for people that are younger looking to get into this industry, because you have worked so hard to get to where you are, and like, congratulations. It's just amazing. And I'd love to hear more of your story of how you got there.
Sure. So I started off in the aesthetic industry, and did that for a couple of years. Started off as a receptionist, as a stagiaire when I came out of aesthetic school, worked the aesthetic field. I was always looking for a little more, and someone who had opened up her spa asked me to come on board, and I wanted to be a manager. So I wanted to take on a little bit more of that role and enjoy that. I worked that field for a couple of years until the plastic surgeon that I was just telling you about gave me that opportunity, but I was struggling. I'm very loyal. I loved my field. I knew I loved what I did, and I was actually terrified to take that different step in the direction that I really didn't know too much about, but I was very intrigued. And my boss, Zora, who's still in the industry today, she was fantastic. She said exactly what I needed to hear. I was still very young, and I needed some guidance. And she said, Sacha, take the opportunity. because you could regret it. It may not come again. And this door is always open for you. Whether you come back in a week, 6 months, a year, 2 years, you can always come back. And to be honest, that was really a good moment for me. Joined the plastic surgeon's office. And at the time, there was really nothing much in the industry apart from plastic surgery and then microdermabrasion and laser hair removal, which was, I think, just starting to hit the market, where people were starting to feel safe doing this in a plastic surgeon's office. So I was busy doing that for many years, and eventually Intense Pulse Light came into our industry. That was a huge game changer, like just changed everything, including my skin too. And worked at this office for many years. After my maternity leave, my second maternity leave, I had an opportunity to go work for this fantastic company called Victoria Park Medispa. And I've been there ever since. So I've been there for 8 years. Worked the industry the same way as a Medispa technician, treating body treatments, face treatments, and eventually my role evolved into a little bit more in management of building a team. And so, and it has evolved since then into multiple locations. We've grown quite a bit. We're at 9 locations now. So it's fantastic to be part of this industry that is just growing like wildfire. And it's a beautiful industry, great people, work with a lot of women. Funny enough, I had a lot of, I don't want to say boyfriends, that's not the right word, little guy friends, little guys that were on my street. I didn't grow up with a lot of girls, so I was always hanging around. I was a tomboy. I hung around with guys most of the time. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to work in the industry with women. A lot of people say, women, you work with so many women. Thank goodness. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
It's a lovely story, and I congratulate you so much on your career, because you've done so much, and it's just so great to see someone come from the ground level all the way to where you are. It's such a nice success story, and that sort of leads me to my next question. Like, George and I understand it because we work in the business side of the industry,
right?
But on your side of the industry where you work, people like you work so hard, like every day. It's such a grind, and you live, breathe, and almost eat your job like on a daily basis. What is one thing that you wished other people knew about your industry that they didn't?
It's a really good question. One thing that about our industry that I think you summed it up. It's a lot of hard work. So I can't talk about the entire industry, but I would say that the technicians that we work with, the amount of education, continuous education, very much like skincare. So it doesn't just stop at skincare, but just in the technology, the amount of hard work that goes into that. When we say go and see your professional, this is the part that I would say would be frustrating when people are more attracted to a great deal versus looking for the right professional for what your needs are, instead of starting over and over and not being happy with the results that they're trying to attain. Yeah, just hardworking people, nonstop, like most industries, I would think.
Of course. So my next question, I think, was kind of answered by that. It's what pisses you off about our industry? Because I mean, being successful did you say 9 clinics or 8 was it?
We're at 9.
9.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you deal with a lot of competition. You deal with a lot of different things. And the one thing I always tell people is there's definitely enough room for everybody, and we're all trying to put food on our table. But if you could change one thing in our industry, what would it be?
Probably a little bit more collaboration, follow each other on the social media networks. We're not in competition. There, like you said, there's room for everyone. We have to respect the trades that we're in. We should lift each other up. And when we, I find that that's changing the last few years, and maybe because of Instagram, I would say. But a few years ago, it was a little bit different. It was more like, oh, that's the person from that clinic, and it was very, very kind of cut off. So I am seeing that change that's starting to occur. So I would say that's the next thing that needs to happen. Just more of this happening, more sharing. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Who do you look up to in our industry? Like, who's the person that you look up to when you think about our industry and you're like, oh my God, I love this person and I want to spend more time with them and absorb their energy and absorb their knowledge?
Oh, there's so many. I would say a lot of the colleagues that surround me. There's just so many bright people that are coming on board, and they're coming from different industries. So that's exciting. Meeting with, you guys, and right? You just have a conversation like we're having this evening, and just what you can share. Like, it's just absorbing all of that. So it's just more of that sharing. But in the industry, there is someone that I find very interesting, and one day I'll meet him. Dr. Patrick Bitter. So Junior from California. He's a dermatologist from California, and he's the BBL guy. He's the guy who creates all of their top procedures for BBL, intense pulse light. He's really a guru. So that's someone that I look up to. I wouldn't want to be like him, but I think that's pretty amazing what he's done for our industry, changing everyone's skin. It's pretty phenomenal. Yeah.
We'll try and get him on the show. Let's try and get him on the show, George.
We'll
absolutely. I think we have, who do we have from do we have somebody from BBL?
From Saiton?
From Saiton. I think we have Andrew. We're in talks with Andrew to get him on.
Oh, you are? Okay, I was just talking with him this week.
Yeah, so we're just trying to coordinate a date and time for him. We've been doing a lot of filming. But I love Andrew. I've known Andrew for a long time in the industry. Yeah. I was actually, talking about how we all got in the industry. I was working as a medical consultant when Andrew first came into the industry, and he was one of the reps that we had. He was a junior rep at the time, and I've seen him go from company to where he is today, and he's amazing, Andrew.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. He's with a terrific company. He has a great personality. He's easy to connect with. So we definitely should interview him. I'm going to send him a text.
One thing I like about Andrew, I mean, I've been in the industry a long time, and I'm one of those personalities that either you really like me or you really don't like me. And it has nothing to do with it's just one of those personalities. I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I'm Greek, I'm in your face. I don't think I've ever met anybody that has anything bad to say about Andrew. Yeah. That speaks volumes about our industry.
It's so true. And that's the thing. That's what I was talking about before. More sharing. That's what you realize how amazing people are in the industry. We all share the same passion. We're all doing something to better other people in some way. So, I mean,
100%.
So let's talk a little bit about COVID now. And I know that you've been responsible at Vic Park for putting in a lot of different policies in place. So I'd love to hear how you guys are pivoting at this time to make it safe for, one, your staff to come back to work, and two, your customers or your patients to come back to work.
Absolutely. It's a lot of work. We have spent, I think, the first 3 weeks just closing everything down, and that's a process in itself. And then what to do for the comeback. So as the dates were changing, it just gave us a little bit more time, and maybe too much time. But there's a lot of procedures that need to be put in place. Safety for our staff and for the patients coming in is first. And there's a lot of new things to think about. There's certain, health protocols and procedures that we need to follow. And it's changing every single day. As we create one thing, there's more to go. But we have an incredible medical director, our plastic surgeon, Dr. Andreas Nicholas, also Greek. Just saying. So he is in the lead for this, and as a team, we've been working hard to put in these procedures from the moment that someone's calling in, even from the point of the call center when they're calling in. What can they expect, to virtual consultations, which virtually didn't exist for us before, and so that's something that we've started and are going to continue. The moment that the client walks in, and all the steps that we're taking from there. Basically, we're going to try to do everything with the utmost safety and continue to do what we do best. It's a lot of work.
I can imagine. So let's go more on a positive note then. Let's say the government breaks all the restrictions. We're allowed to do whatever we want. What's the one thing that you're really craving, or the one thing that you can't wait to do when we get out of this isolation that we're in?
Oh, I can't wait. We just talked about this today, but I think I've been talking about it since like weeks ago. My rosacea is acting up, and I definitely would do some BBL and most likely a bit of microneedling. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we just talked about a comeback for the staff and everyone, staff appreciation. So when we can, before we open up to the public, we're going to do a full day of treatments for the staff. And so we're looking forward to just glow up and maybe freeze a little.
I want to glow up.
Wi-Fi over here. Dr. Nicholas would not be happy about my Wi-Fi.
Yes, look, it's all back.
You need to come see us. We'll take care of that.
Listen, I'll come see you, but the first thing I want out of COVID, and I've been saying it, I need to go for a massage.
Oh yeah, really?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm dying for a massage. My back's been, I think it's because I'm always like this, working on the coffee table all day, whereas before, I'm walking around. But I want a massage, and then I'll go do my Botox.
Right? Priorities.
Absolutely. And then sushi. That was the third thing. I want to go for sushi next. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. There's go ahead.
Tell me about how you deal with mental health issues. I think this is something that we're much more aware of in our generations than we were before. We are much more aware of it in everyone around us, whether it's our staff, our friends, our parents, even our young children, especially with like homeschooling, what's going on with coronavirus and the intensity. I'm sure you have it. My sister's got 2 boys, of having 2 boys that are full of energy at home with nowhere to let that energy go, right? So mental health is something that we all deal with in a variety of different ways, whether it's stress or needing to get that energy out, or anxiety, which it can be a very big thing when you're running 9 clinics and you have how many staff under you, because they're like your kids at the end of the day, right? Each clinic is your baby. And how do you deal with some of those mental health issues, and how do you assist in helping the people around you with stuff that they may be facing?
Yeah, that's a good question. When you're talking about the family, I think how you would deal with that and how you deal with others where you're not connected in the same way and you don't really know what's going on. It's just being really mindful and empathy. When in doubt, just empathy. And unless you've gone through something like that, you don't even know how to really address it, except to say that I'm here, I'm listening, I'm available, and we will support you. That's how I see it. And we're really close as teams, even though there's many of us, we work very, very closely. There's a lot of this type of connection with the teams, either one-on-ones or these Zoom meetings, which have changed everyone's life across, the country and the world. And it is a great way versus the phone in the past to just sometimes get a feel, a sense, just by an expression, and then being able to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to give that person a call. So from an office point of view, I think you just have to just be aware and be available. That's the best thing, and be supportive. And then home-wise, I mean, go outside, run. Fortnite's not real. Oh my God. I mean, I have 2 boys, 12 and 9, and it's all about Fortnite, Roblox, TikTok. And, I have to say, I think if you can't beat him, join him.
Are you doing TikTok?
Well, listen, I keep my account private. I'll try. But you got to have some fun, right? So there's all those fun ones with the drinking ones, and then the ones with the kids. So you got to have some fun. And I've been able to do those and send it to family, like my parents, and give them a laugh and things like that. I mean, it just changes things up. And for the kids too, if you can take part in the activities that they care about, it's not a summer vacation for them. It really isn't. It was for like 2 weeks. After that, it was like, oh, this is no fun anymore. Like I can't go out. Go out. We do crazy things like go play tennis in the street. I would have been humiliated to do that in the past, like not in the street. But now we do that in the street. Take out the lawn chairs and not just watch them play, but take part. So
I love that. That's great.
Adapt. Yeah.
All right. We are getting towards the end of our interview. And when we get to this stage, we get into our quick fire questions.
Ooh.
So I want you to give me some answers without putting too much thought into it. I will ask something and you will say this or that, and you'll pick which one of the two you want.
Okay, go.
Ready?
Yes.
Red or blue?
Blue.
Black or white?
White.
White or blue?
Blue.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Champagne or wine?
Wine.
Vodka or tequila?
Ooh. Nine.
Huh?
I really like tequila, actually.
Lipstick or mascara?
Ooh, mascara.
And favorite drink?
Wine.
Oh.
It depends. It changes with the seasons too, right?
Okay. Stuck in isolation for 12 more weeks. You can only take one skincare product with you. What is it?
Oh, one. Well, I mean, it'd have to be either a vitamin C
One.
or
Just
sunscreen.
One.
Well, it'd have to be sunscreen.
Perfect. You have superpowers. You can either fly or be invisible.
Fly.
Superpowers. Flying or reading minds.
Ooh. I think I'll stick to flying. I don't know what people are thinking. I don't know.
Burgers or pasta?
Pasta. Homemade pasta.
Pasta or pizza?
Great pasta.
Okay. Pasta or French fries?
Oh, French fries are good.
Good. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
You can change one thing about the world today. What would it be?
Clean up the water.
Perfect. Nathan or me?
Yeah!
God! Yeah, woo! That's 2 in a row, boo.
That made me nervous.
Oh, you did well. Don't worry. You were absolutely wonderful.
You want to laugh?
Hard.
Because I do this, I see Nathan, but it points to you.
Yes! I'll get it back.
Oh, heartbroken. Right there, the stab.
I needed that for my confidence.
So sad. I had to take it back.
I needed it for my confidence.
He was
That hurt.
irritated. He had one eye. What are you going to do?
That hurt. Okay, it's a pity vote. I get it. I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it.
I'll take it. I'm going to ask you 2 more questions to finish the night, Sacha, and then I'm going to hand it over to George. But before I do, I really want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure dealing with you all the time in the industry. Like, you're just so lovely to deal with. You're a ball of energy. It's just, you're an amazing person. So thank you so much. You make this industry a better place.
Thank you.
And the last 2 questions we always end with. The first one is, if you could tell us your skincare routine, please.
Well, of course.
Your current one.
My current one, Hexam, morning and night.
Yep.
Right. I skip a toner. I'm not a toner person. I don't know if you are. I just can't. I'm using my vitamin C and E peptide. It's running really low. I'm just saying, Vivier, it's running low.
Yeah.
And my daily moisturizer, from VVA. I am also using, well, I switch around, but I've started using the Grenzine again. Actually, after I suggested it to someone recently, I said, oh yes, I need to get back on that. I had forgotten about it. And I'm actually using a different sunscreen. I'm using Cyberderm sunscreen.
Yep.
And then on the go, I use a sunscreen Color Science Minerals brush.
Awesome.
And that's how I layer that all in.
Perfect.
Beautiful skin.
Thank you.
You do have beautiful skin. And we might be able to talk to someone about that CE peptides. We might know someone.
Maybe.
Yeah. Now, the last question we always ask is, who would you like to see next on the show? And can you maybe help us get that person on the show?
There's Dr. Andreas Nicholas that I think that would be, he's fantastic. Not only is he Greek, which I know is really important on the show. You know what? He's he's an advanced trainer in the injectables in our industry, and he teaches not only across Canada but internationally as well. So I think that'd be interesting for you. He happens to also be the director of our medical director of our Medispa, and then the other one would probably be Dr. Patrick Bitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him on Instagram. And you know what? If we get him, we might bring you on to be a special guest to question him for a few questions.
I would love that. I would love that. I'll try to get him on board. I'll see who we can call.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Definitely work on it. We'll definitely work on it. You may have to put in a good word there with Andrew to get us going. See? Yeah. You picked the wrong guy, but I'm okay. I'm okay, boo. I'm okay.
You'll never do this the same way. You may have to recount what happened in the past.
I'm going to pick Nathan out. I'm going to just edit it right out.
He does it all the time. He tries to talk people out of their choice. And I always end up the lonely one.
Nathan, you'll never be lonely if you have me in your life.
Exactly.
I love you too, George.
I love you guys. Sacha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. It was my pleasure.
I loved getting to know you this way because not only are you successful and beautiful and intelligent, but you're really, really kind.
Thank you.
That really radiates through, and I really, really like that about you. For our viewers that want to follow Sacha, make sure you head over to her Instagram page at Sacha Bourdage. And if you want to go visit one of the 9 Medispas she's a director of, you got to just visit vicpark.com. Thank you for being on the show. Stay backstage. We're going to catch up with you right after I close the show, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I am one of your 2 hosts. My name is George Skandalis. Of course, my co-host is Nathan Strom. Make sure to follow us on our pages. Mine is at @the_skin_guy. It's running down on the bottom here. And of course, Nathan's is at Nathan Strom. Most importantly, you should already be following, I think it's on this side, right up here, up to the top, Skinterviews, skin.terviews by Nathan and George. Catch us on LinkedIn, catch us on YouTube, and of course on our Facebook page to be able to see full-length episodes of our show. If there's somebody you'd like to see on our show, send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for following. Make sure to take good care of your skin and your families and all your loved ones. We'll talk soon and see you on the next episode of Skinterviews.
Thank you.